Picture this. You're pouring your heart into someone. Every text, every call, every effort to keep them close, only to be met with cold silence or a half-hearted reply. You chase, you plead, you rearrange your life, but they drift further away. Sound familiar? You're not alone. Millions are stuck in this cycle, giving everything to someone who gives nothing back. It's draining, and it's breaking you. But what if you could turn it all around? Not by trying harder, but by stepping away. Your absence, my friend, is a force louder than any words. The Stoic Epictetus said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." You can't control their feelings, but you can control your presence. When you choose silence, you rewrite the rules. Think of a friend, Alex, who spent months texting a partner who barely replied. Exhausted, he stopped. No calls, no messages. Within weeks, they were the one reaching out, wondering why he'd vanished. His absence spoke volumes. That's the power we're unlocking today. This isn't about revenge. It's about reclaiming your worth. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control: our actions, our strength, our peace. By stepping back, you create a void they can't ignore, forcing them to face what they've lost. This video will show you 6 Stoic strategies to make your silence a weapon, your absence a statement, and your life a masterpiece. Drop a comment below. I'm ready to flip the game. Hit like, subscribe, and let's make your absence the loudest message they'll ever hear. 1. The power of absence. Shatter their expectations. Let's kick things off with the first strategy. Wield the power of absence to shatter their expectations. When you're always there, texting first, calling to check in, rearranging your life to keep someone close, you become predictable, like a lighthouse they've stopped noticing because it never dimmed. Your constant presence tells them they don't need to try, you'll always be there, waiting. But when you choose absence, you flip the script. You turn off that light, and suddenly they're lost in the dark, scrambling to find what they took for granted. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." You can't control their feelings or force them to value you, but you can control your presence. By stepping back, you're not just walking away, you're reclaiming your power and rewriting the rules of the game. Think about a real story. Emma, a colleague of mine, spent months chasing a friend's approval. Delusory hope is perhaps not out of this world, and she'd plan outings, send thoughtful messages, or one-word replies. Exhausted, she decided to stop. No texts, no calls, no social media likes. At first she was terrified. What if they don't care? But within weeks, her friend was the one reaching out, asking why she'd gone quiet, even suggesting plans. Emma's absence wasn't just silence. It was a mirror, reflecting how much her friend had relied on her energy. That's what you're doing here. Your absence creates a void they can't ignore, forcing them to question their assumptions. Did they underestimate you? Are you thriving without them? These questions plant seeds of doubt, and your silence is the soil where they grow. So, how do you make this work? Don't announce your exit. That's drama, not strength. Simply stop. Stop texting first. Stop watching their stories. Stop filling their silence with your effort. Redirect that energy to yourself. Hit the gym. Dive into a passion project. Rebuild the confidence they dimmed. When they sense you're growing, not grieving, their world shifts. Your absence isn't just a pause. It's a statement that you're done being an option. Drop a comment below. My absence is my power. Own it, because this is where you start flipping the game. 2. Silence forces reflection. Turn their mind into your ally. Now, let's move to the second strategy. Use silence to force reflection and turn their mind into your ally. When you stop reaching out, you don't just create a void, you hand them a mirror. As long as you're texting, calling, or filling their silence with your effort, you're giving them an escape from their own thoughts. They can dodge their mistakes, ignore their indifference, because your presence drowns out their doubts. But when you go quiet, there's no distraction left. It's just them, alone with the questions they've avoided. Did I push them away? Was I wrong? Have they moved on? Your silence isn't just absence, it's a catalyst for their self-reflection. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Your silence weaponizes their imagination, making their mind your greatest ally. Consider James, a friend who poured energy into a one-sided relationship. He planned dates, sent thoughtful messages, but got cold replies. Fed up, he stopped all contact. At first, he feared his partner wouldn't care, but days later, she texted, asking why he'd gone distant. His silence forced her to replay their last talks, question her actions, and realize she'd taken him for granted. That's the power of this strategy. When you withdraw, their mind fills the gap with doubts, regrets, and memories of what they've lost. It's not about punishing them, it's about letting their own thoughts do the work. Here's how to make it happen. Commit to complete silence. No texts, no social media likes, no subtle hints to get their attention. This isn't a game, it's a choice to prioritize your peace. Block their notifications if you must, and channel your energy inward. Start a journal, take up a new skill, or focus on your goals. Your growth amplifies the impact of your silence. When they check your social media and see you thriving, not sulking, they'll wonder how you moved on so fast. That's when their reflection deepens and their regret takes root. Your silence doesn't just speak, it screams. To drop a comment below, my silence sparks their reflection. Embrace this, because you're not just stepping back, you're setting the stage for their awakening. 3. Absence builds your value, become unreachable. Our third strategy is where the transformation deepens. Use absence to build your value and become unreachable. When you're always available, liking their posts, answering their calls, filling their voids, you're like a book left open on a table, easily read, easily ignored. But when you close that book and walk away, you become a mystery, a treasure they realize too late they can't access. Your absence doesn't just make them miss you, it elevates your worth in their eyes. Epictetus taught us, there is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. You can't control their appreciation, but you can control how you invest in yourself. By stepping back, you're not just absent, you're building a version of you they can't touch. Take Lisa, who tirelessly supported a partner who took her for granted. She organized their life from dinners to dreams, but got shrugs in return. One day, she stopped. She quit planning, quit chasing, and poured her energy into herself, learning photography, running marathons, glowing with newfound confidence. Months later, her partner noticed, texting to reconnect, but Lisa was already out of reach. Not out of spite, but because she'd built a life too full for his half-hearted efforts. That's your mission. Your absence amplifies your value when paired with growth. They don't miss the old you, they crave the person you're becoming. Here's how to do it. Make absence your foundation, but growth your fuel. Stop engaging, no texts, no social media hints. Instead, invest in yourself. Start a fitness routine, master a skill, chase a goal that lights you up. Every step you take toward your best self makes you rarer, more magnetic. When they peek into your world and see you thriving. Without them, they'll realize you're no longer an option. You're a prize. It isn't about showing off. It's about becoming so undeniably valuable that their regret is inevitable. Drop a comment. I'm building my value. Step up, because your absence isn't just a strategy. It's the path to becoming unstoppable. 4. They silence without breaking themselves. Forge unshakable discipline. Sint, silence. A lesson, detest. Affirm, do not break the facade. Resistance, Dodd's honor. Our fourth strategy is your armor, stay silent without breaking, by forging unshakable discipline. Silence is a mighty weapon, but it's also a fragile one. The pull to send that one text, glance at their social media, or slip back into old patterns can feel like a storm raging within you, threatening to shatter your resolve. This is where true strength emerges. Staying silent isn't just about holding your tongue, it's about mastering your impulses, choosing resilience over fleeting comfort. Seneca, the Stoic sage, wrote, "No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have, and to cheerfully put to work what they do have." You can't control their actions or make them value you, but you can control your discipline. By refusing to break, you're not just avoiding them, you're constructing a fortress of self-retrobe that no temptation can topple. Let me share a story about Priya, a young professional who was tangled in a cycle of chasing a friend's attention. She'd send long messages, plan meetups only to receive vague replies or cancellations. Each ignored text chipped away at her confidence, yet she kept trying, hoping for a change. Finally, she chose silence. The first few days were torture. Her mind screamed to check her friends' posts, to send a casual message. But Priya fought back. She deleted their chat, started painting again, and joined a yoga class to channel her energy. Each time she resisted, she felt stronger. A month later, her friend called, confused by her absence, asking to reconnect. But Priya's discipline had transformed her. She didn't need that validation anymore. Her silence wasn't surrender, it was her triumph. That's your challenge. Turn the battle inward and emerge victorious. So, how do you stay silent when every fiber of you wants to reach out? First, eliminate triggers. Mute their notifications, unfollow their accounts, or even temporarily block their profiles to create a buffer for your peace. Next, replace the urge to contact them with meaningful action. Start a journal to process your emotions, pick up a new skill like cooking, or commit to daily workouts. These acts don't just distract you, they rebuild your sense of self. Finally, anchor yourself with a daily reminder. Your worth isn't tied to their response. Picture your silence as a fortress, each moment of restraint a stone strengthening its walls. When doubts creep in, ask yourself, is their attention worth my peace? The answer is no. Your discipline doesn't just preserve your silence, it crafts a version of you that's unbreakable. When they see you standing tall, thriving without their crumbs of approval, they'll realize the treasure they let slip away. Drop a comment below. My discipline is my fortress. Rise up, because your silence isn't a fleeting pause. It's the cornerstone of your unstoppable new beginning. 5. When they reach out, respond like a Stoic. Strategy 5 is your test. When they reach out, respond like a Stoic, calm, composed, and in control. After weeks of your silence, they'll likely crack. A text pops up. Hey, how's it going? Or maybe a call, a like on your post. It's not random, it's a probe. They're testing if your absence was a bluff, if they still hold sway over you. This moment is critical. One eager reply, and you hand them back the power you've fought to reclaim. But a Stoic doesn't flinch. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." You don't respond with desperation or anger, you respond with strength or not at all. Your reaction, or lack thereof, defines whether you've truly flipped the game. Consider Aisha, who'd been ghosted by a partner after months of one-sided effort. She embraced silence, focusing on her career and hiking passion. 2 months later, he texted, "Missed you, can we talk?" Her heart raced, tempting her to pour out her hurt. Instead, she paused. She remembered why she went silent. Her peace mattered more than his validation. She replied, a day later, "Doing well, thanks." Short, polite, detached. No questions, no openings. He texted again, more urgently, but Aisha held firm. Her calm response signaled she was no longer his to sway. Her restraint wasn't cold. It was her power. That's your goal, to meet their outreach with the dignity of a Stoic, showing you've outgrown their games. Here's how to do it. First, don't rush. If they reach out, wait hours, even a day, before responding, if you respond at all. This pause reinforces your independence. Second, keep it brief and neutral. A simple "I'm good, thanks" or "busy but all's well" shows you're unbothered, not bitter. Avoid questions or emotional bait. Those invite their control. Third, assess their intent. Are they genuinely regretful or just fishing for attention? Stoic trusts actions, not words. If they want you back, they'll prove it with effort, not empty texts. Most importantly, stay grounded in your growth. Keep hitting the gym, chasing your goals, building your life. Their message doesn't change your path. It's a footnote, not the story. When you respond like a Stoic, you're not just answering a text. You're declaring your worth. Feel the shift, realizing you're no longer theirs to command. Drop a comment. I respond with strength. Stand firm, because your silence has brought them back, but your discipline will keep you free. 6. The new you they can't touch. Embrace your transformation. Our final strategy is your crown. Embrace the new you they can't touch by fully committing to your transformation. Your silence, discipline, and growth haven't just shifted their perspective. They've reshaped you into someone extraordinary. This isn't about making them regret losing you. It's about becoming so vibrant, so unshakable, that their opinion becomes irrelevant. You're no longer the person who chased or waited. You're a force, a masterpiece forged in the fire of your own resolve. Seneca wrote, "The greatest wealth is a poverty of desires." By letting go of their validation, you've unlocked a richness within yourself, confidence, purpose, freedom. This strategy seals your journey, ensuring the new you stands beyond their reach. Picture Sam, who was once drained by a partner who dismissed his efforts. He'd spent hours crafting messages only to get curt replies. Heartbroken, he chose silence, diving into his passion for writing and fitness. He penned short stories, ran half marathons, and radiated newfound strength. Months later, his ex reached out, drawn to his glow, but Sam was different. He didn't need her approval. His life was full, his heart steady. She saw a man she couldn't touch, not out of cruelty, but because he'd outgrown her. That's your mission. To transform so profoundly that they're left in awe, not of your absence, but of the person you've become. Here's how to make it happen. First, commit to relentless growth. Your silence created space. Fill it with action. Enroll in that course you've eyed. Rebuild your body through exercise, or chase a dream you shelved. Each step makes you rarer, more magnetic. Second, redefine your worth. Stop measuring yourself by their gaze. Your value lies in your progress, your peace. Write down 3 things you love about the new you. your resilience, your focus, your fire, and celebrate them daily. Third, live unapologetically. Share your journey subtly. Post a photo of your latest achievement, not to flaunt, but to own your story. When they see you thriving, not for them but for yourself, they'll realize you're no longer theirs to claim. This isn't about proving them wrong, it's about proving yourself right. You're not just moving on, you're ascending to a life where their absence fuels your rise. Your transformation is your ultimate victory. They may reach out, but the new you answers to no one but yourself. Drop a comment, "I'm untouchable." Rise, because your silence didn't just flip the game, it built a legacy they'll never forget. We've journeyed through 6 Stoic strategies to flip the game, transforming your absence into a force that reshapes your life and their perception. First, we shattered their expectations with the power of absence, making them feel the void of your presence. Then, we turned their mind into your ally, letting silence spark their reflection. We built your value, making you a prize they can't reach, and forged discipline to stay silent without breaking. When they reached out, you responded like a Stoic, calm, in control, untouchable. Finally, you embraced the new you, a transformed force they'll never forget. All right, this isn't just about them, it's about you becoming the master of your destiny. Your silence isn't a tactic, it's a rebirth. Every moment you choose yourself over their validation, you're rewriting your story. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Paint your soul with strength, purpose, and peace. You're not here to chase or prove. You're here to live unapologetically, to build a life so full that their absence becomes a distant echo. The game has flipped because you've stopped playing by their rules and started writing your own. This is your moment. Let go of the need for their approval. Keep growing, hit the gym, chase that dream, become the person you admire. Your transformation is your victory, not their regret. Drop a comment below. I control my destiny. Let the world know you're done being an option and ready to be the prize. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this is just the start of your unstoppable journey. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Together, we're building a community of warriors who choose strength over surrender. Your silence has spoken, and it's louder than words. Now go live the life you were meant to lead.